Hi everyone, today I'm going to be going through another USACO problem. As you can see, I've already attempted it, and it's called Lifeguards. So to just give you a summary of it, Farmer John has opened a swimming pool for his cows. He hires N cows as lifeguards, each of which has a shift that covers some contiguous interval of time during the day. We'll see here that I'll explain it more in depth in the sample input. Unfortunately, Farmer John hired one more lifeguard than he has the funds to support. Given that he must fire exactly one lifeguard, what is the maximum amount of time that can still be covered by shifts of the remaining lifeguards? So yeah, that's basically the problem. And as we can see in the sample input, we have 3 lifeguards up here, and then we have lifeguard number 1 covers a shift from 5 to 9. And then, should I explain this? Okay, yeah. It basically has a range 0 to 1,000, meaning you can't go over 1,000 hours. So this is 5 to 9 hours, 1 to 4 hours for the second one, and 3 to 7 hours for the third one. And you can see the maximum amount of time that can still be covered is 7 hours if you fire all 3. So opening OneNote. Let's start drawing. Okay, so we can see. Let's just script out the problem. So there's one that covers a shift from 5 to 9. Another one covers a shift from 1 to 4, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, and then 3 to 7. So the way I approached this problem was by creating an array of 1,000 integers representing the maximum 1,000 hours that could be filled. So and I initialized that array to just have nothing in it. So let's just go till 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then for every lifeguard in here, if the hour is occupied, I put a 1 in that spot. Or I just add 1 to that spot. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to excuse my handwriting here. It's getting really bad. This is just a rough sketch. So I add 1 here. So all the way to 9. And this still remains. And then when it's 1 to 4, I add a 1 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then when it's 3 to 7, I add 1 more in the spots I have 3 to 7. So 1, 2, 3. This is 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 7, and then 8, 9. So this is what the array for the test problem looks like. And then by removing each lifeguard, so by subtracting 1 for each spot that a lifeguard is in, 1 at a time, of course, you can see how many spots have value of greater than 0, and take the maximum after looping through entirely. So let's go ahead and create a new file here in Visual Studio. So there we go. And then what we're going to do is initialize our first actually no, we'll start above the main, and then we'll initialize our first array. So int covered 1,000 as a filler, and then initialize our first integer cnn, and then we're going to initialize the 2 arrays start time and what this represents is basically the start and end times for every cow or every lifeguard. So 1, 5, 1, 4, 3, and then the end times 9, 4, 7. Visual Studio. So then we're gonna read in the values. Actually no, I created a macro. I'm very forgetful today. You have to excuse me. It's kind of early in the morning. And then cin start I and I, and this just allows the program to read in the information. So then once we're done with that, we're gonna create another for loop. Oh my god. Just realized I can do that. And then inside here, we're gonna create a nested loop. I'll show you the purpose of this in just a second. J equals start I j less than and I J plus plus, and then we are going to say CN covered J. Whoops, I made a little mistake. This is supposed to be covered J plus plus. And then going back to the drawing, you can see that we're doing essentially what's happening in this space. We're adding 1 for each lifeguard that's in the slot, so that we end up with this finalized sequence of numbers, followed by like a bunch of zeros, of course, because we have 1,000 numbers in the array. So then after that, we're going to create another for loop. And then once in here, we are going to start removing each lifeguard one by one. So a 0, no, oh, we're gonna do this by start I a less than end I a plus plus covered a minus minus. So basically this just undoes the previous step in order to count how many hours we're gonna get once we remove the first lifeguard and the second and so on. So we're gonna create yet another for loop. Sorry about that. J equals 0, J less than 1,000, J plus plus, and then we're just gonna say if covered J is greater than 0, we're simply gonna add 1 to a variable called shifts. And right here we're gonna initialize shifts as 0. We're initializing it to 0, so every time we don't continuously add to what the previous loop, run through of the loop, garnered. So once we're done with that, we're going to reverse the undoing. So we're just going to kind of just copy and paste and change the variable. Let's change it to B. And, oh, you know what? I'm kind of stupid. Just remove that and we should be fine. Okay, so once this loop is done running, we're going to set up a little comparison statement here. We're going to have to initialize another variable called answer. So here what we're going to say is if answer, or if shifts is greater than answer, answer equals shifts. And what this is going to do is basically make it so we can see or f out our answer at the end in order to get the necessary points for scoring. So what we're going to do here is f out answer, and we should be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and change all of these C-ins and C-outs to F-ins. Yeah, I think that's good. So we're just going to go ahead, save this, open it up in the grading website, tutorial, open, submit solution. And we can see here we have completed it within 1 millisecond for everything except for a couple, and we've gotten all greens, and that's a perfect score. So thanks for watching this tutorial / walkthrough. If you have any suggestions on which ones I should do next, please leave them in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed, subscribe, or don't if you don't want to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.